Hey y'all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon, this is my review channel. Today I'm talking about Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which is not a film I had any interest in seeing. Before I dive into this though, I just want to say, if you enjoy my content, please give this video a like, really helps out the channel. And we are a couple weeks into the Summer of Nic Cage. We still have a couple more weeks to go with the Summer of Nic Cage, so if you want to see that content, please subscribe to be notified. And if you actually want to get a notification, hit the little bell in the corner. But Teen Titans Go to the Movies. This was a film that I begrudgingly picked up because Nick Cage played Superman, and that alone intrigued me. I know there was that failed Tim Burton Superman movie with him that never went anywhere, so I was just like, hey, Superman is Nick Cage, or Nick Cage is Superman. If that's the only thing in the movie good, at least I've seen that. So, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And started off, right off the bat, I was smiling because they do that new DC logo where it shows all the characters and everything, but it does it in the art style of this. So I was like, oh, you guys are playing on DC, okay, cool. And then right after that, you get that close-up, it is the comic pages are turning, like from all the Marvel openings, and I'm like, whoa, what? And then it pans out, and it's just some character, like, flipping through a comic. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then it went right into all the shenanigans from the Teen Titans Go series, which I'm not a fan of. I was a fan of Teen Titans, where they felt much more in line with the original Batman animated series and a lot of the old original DC animated stuff. I'm not a fan of Teen Titans Go. I think it's too campy. It just does not work for me. But this film, it goes to that same level, and like I was just like, oh no, God, what have I done? This was a mistake. And then about 20 minutes in, I'm like, is this a mistake? So for me, the worst aspect of this movie were the Teen Titans themselves. Everything else in this film, though, I absolutely loved. Teen Titans, for me, were always annoying the entirety of the film, so I can't... But I feel like they were meant to be, so I don't know how to critique that. But I will say this film scratched an itch that I have been wanting for some time, and it gave me a goddamn musical superhero movie. And for the most part, it fucking worked. There's even Michael Bolton is in one of the songs, which was actually a really fun song, and an even better gag at the end. But basic plot of this movie is all the DC superheroes are getting movies made about them, and they refuse to make a movie about the Teen Titans, especially Robin, because he's just a sidekick. And so their journey is to do something impressive enough to get an arch nemesis so that they can have a movie made about them. That's the fucking concept of the movie. And that was fantastic. You've got Deathstroke as the main villain that they keep going up against. They keep calling him Deadpool, which is really fun. He's even like, I came before Deadpool. Like, if anything, you should be calling him me. Like, there's like, nah, shut up, Deadpool. That was fun. They talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, somebody's like, who are you guys? The Guardians of the Galaxy? And they're just like, it's the wrong superhero universe, dude. Stan Lee makes a fucking cameo. Like, I thought it was just like, oh, okay, funny, that's the Stan Lee thing that they're making fun of. No, they actually got fucking Stan Lee to do the Stan Lee cameo. That fucking blew my mind. And then, like, they're very, very much so making fun of themselves. Like, there's a scene where Superman's just like, oh, I've had countless movies made about me. It cuts over to Wonder Woman. She's just like, yeah, I finally got a movie made about me. Cuts over to Green Lantern, and he's just like, yeah, I had a movie made about me, but we don't talk about it. And so, like, it's entirely self-aware. It's completely making fun of all DC movies. So this felt a lot like the Lego Batman movie with all the meta stuff, but cranked up even more. Will Arnett plays Slade, Deathstroke. That was really, really fun. As I said, you got Michael Bolton. You've got Nicolas Cage plays Superman. big cast. Like, I couldn't even keep up with all the voices because I was like, I recognize all these voices, but I can't place them. And I looked at the cast, I was just fucking blown away. But, yeah, this is really, really fun. I just hate the fucking new Teen Titans. I can't stand them, but I loved everything that they went through in this movie, so I'm very conflicted. I have zero interest in watching the show still, but... And then this is going to be slightly going into spoilers. It's not going to spoil anything about this movie, but I will spoil the end credits scene. So if you care about that, it has nothing to do with this movie, but if you care about that, turn off here. But so at in the end credits, it takes a pause, and you start hearing these voices. You start seeing these eyes light up, and it's just like, okay. That sounds like Robin, that sounds like Cyborg, that sounds like Starfire, that sounds like Raven and Beast Boy. This sounded a little different. And then the light turns on, and you realize, oh, it's the original Teen Titans. And they've found where they are in the multiverse. And then it cuts away, and it's just like, we're getting more actual fucking Teen Titans. So... Unfortunately, I looked into it, and I think it's Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, so I'll probably give that a shot, just because I'm such a big fan of the original Teen Titans, and this was a lot of fun, so I'm curious to see what else they do with this, but that was a little disappointing, seeing what it ended up just revealing it was. I really hoped that it was just, hey, we're coming back with Teen Titans. But, yeah. Anyway, significantly better than Titans, the fucking fuck Batman show. Like, way, way better than that. Way more accurate to the characters and everything. It's just, they're so fucking goofy and annoying that I can't take them seriously. But I can take the plot of everything else seriously. And, yeah, this feels very much like that Lego movie style of meta-ness that emerged. With that Phil Lord, Chris Miller style. So I really, really enjoy this film. It's a weird fucking movie. But, yeah. Gonna give this probably a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10? Yeah, 7 out of 10. As I said, my biggest issue is the fucking 5 stars of the movie. The Teen Titans themselves. I can't stand them. But everything else in this movie I thoroughly enjoyed. So... It's a really weird feeling where I hate the main characters, but I love everything else in the film. And if I like those main characters, I'd probably be giving this an 8 or a 9. But with all the other stuff, though, like, it's still, like, just a good, solid film. I just happen to hate the fucking main characters. So this is not a movie I'm going to be rewatching a lot, but... It is definitely a movie I will rewatch. I will definitely show people this movie if they've not seen it because of how fucking crazy it gets. And, yeah, just fucking Michael Bolton was great. I was listening to the song, but I was like, is that fucking Michael Bolton? Look it up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking Michael Bolton. Lee Cameo, though, was fucking on point. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me just... No. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. Sorry, I had to look over at my notes. That was the other thing. So, they make a movie, like, Robin wants to have a movie about him, and it's not happening, the Hollywood execs won't do it, because they just think he's a sidekick. So his friends, like, make him a home movie, and they pop in this VHS tape. And then there's all these scenes with Cyborg wherever they need music for a musical number. He takes out a cassette, and he pops it into himself, starts blasting the music. I'm just wondering, who the fuck is this made for? Because kids aren't going to know what a VHS or a cassette tape is. That's ancient technology at this point. People my age would probably know because they grew up with it. Maybe a couple years younger than me. Like, I would say maybe at most like 10 years younger than me. So people in their early 20s, late teens would probably know. But this is for, like, 10 years prior to that. Like, this is for kids, elementary school kids. What the fuck? Is this stuff in there for the adults to be like, oh, cool, it's a VHS tape. Awesome, nostalgia. Like, I just want to know who this was made for. Because so much in this is made for kids. I can tell it's fucking for kids. And then there's a lot of other things in it, like the plot of the movie, all the cameos, VHS and cassette tapes, like all these little things that, like, okay, that's obviously not for kids. That's going to go right over your kids' heads. It's got to be for your parents. But 99% of the stuff that's in this movie is for the parents. The only thing that's for the kids is the Teen Titans themselves, which is probably why I didn't like them. But like, I want to know who the fuck this movie was made for. But yeah, that's going to wrap this up. I've kind of rambled a bit on this. If you've seen this, like, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Did the Teen Titans work for you, or did they not? For me, they just straight up did not work. But no, everything else in it really, really worked. So, yeah, that's going to wrap this up. Hope you all stay safe.